They're playing basketball
all around the
We
world.
love that basketball.
To the beach,
They're
y'all.
playing basketball.
Let's go. All around the
We love
world.
that
Y'all know
basketball.
this is so that. To the beach, y'all.
Hey, I'm Lee. I'm here with captain of the basketball team, Dan Aronowitz, 3-year starter. So Dan, this year, another tough season. Do you think you have a good chance of winning the league? Big win against Granville the other day. Big game against Bexley coming up. And then obviously a tough loss against Newark Catholic. How do you feel about your chances?
Yeah, I think we've put ourselves in a pretty good position to win the league again. We've won some pretty big games against Granville, like you said, and we've got Catholic coming back next week for a revenge game. So I think we have a pretty good shot.
That's good. Having Coach Worcester back, obviously he coached in middle school. Is it more comfortable? Is it tougher? How do you think that's been going?
Yeah, it's definitely more comfortable. We kind of came in and we already knew. I think most of us played for him in middle school, so we knew what our identity was going to be. We were really going to get after some teams, so it's definitely going well.
That's good. I talked to him before the season. What he told me was that you had kind of emerged as a leader. Do you think that your experience through the past 3 years is kind of something that's helped the team grow?
Yeah, definitely. We have a bunch of guys that have had a fair amount of varsity experience, which I think has helped some of the guys coming up a lot. And we've done a pretty good job in terms of passing the torch, I think. So there's some things that we still need to accomplish, but we've done a pretty good job.
Oh, all right. You said earlier that you guys have become a defensive-oriented team. So do you think that with Coach Worcester kind of making that your identity, do you think that's better? Do you think you guys have been able to lock up teams, or do you think that you're still struggling with that, trying to meet where you want to be?
Yeah, we always can get better defensively. Every time we watch film, Coach breaks down every single time we get scored on, because there's always something we can do better. But I mean, this is the best defensive team I've ever played for. We got some real athletes, which is some guys that can really defend. So it's fun.
That's good. Going into the second half of the season, obviously, slowly you're making that turn. What do you think is the main thing you guys need to focus on improving?
Probably defend teams a little bit better, and maybe more get a little more out of our offense. Sometimes we struggle putting the ball in the basket, but we've done a pretty good job recently. So.
And then just a couple of fun questions. Do you guys have any team rituals or anything you do that's kind of fun before the game? Anything you guys do every single time before you go on the court?
Well, in our pregame breakdowns, we always stay together, which is kind of something we always do. And then after the game, if we get a win, we do this thing. We all put our hands in the air. We're like, "Oh, boys!" We scream. That's pretty sweet.
That's cool.
Yeah.
And then last question. I want to know the background behind your handshake. Last 3 years, you've had a pretty good handshake. I want to know how you come up with the ideas, and what was the background behind this one this year?
Well, I actually change mine quite often. Last year I changed mine every other game. This year I've only had 2 so far. I'm going with more of a simple approach this year. My original handshake this year took about 13 seconds, so I need to cut it down, so it's a little bit shorter.
All right. Thanks, Abe. Lee again with Dan. Thanks, Dan. Appreciate it.
So that. To the beach, y'all. Yeah.
Basketball is my favorite sport. I like the way they dribble up and down the court. I keep it so fresh on the microphone. I like no interruption when the game is on. I like slam dunk to take me to the hoop. My favorite play is the alley-oop. I like the pick and roll. I like the give and go. And it's basketball. Bow wow, let's go.
All around the world. Yeah, to the beach, y'all.
In my hands, ain't no telling what I'm gonna do with it. When I got possession position, I'ma act a fool with it. I might cross you up and fake one way, turn around and hit you with the MJ fadeaway. I'm throwing down passes like J Kidd, taking cats to the rack and I'm dunking on them like C-Mac. When I'm in the plane, I play with that Alonzo style. I'm like Darius, cause I can
Don't too many players get offers like me. My back and forth are likely. Shake the checks off your Nikes. They almost had me in a suit at the draft, cause it looked like a free throw when I be shooting from half. The first step like Iverson, blow past you.